In soil science or pedology, we studied different types of soil or soil taxonomy with reference to world. Soils of the world have been divided on the basis of texture, structure. World soils have been classified on the basis of structure, texture, horizons, pH value, permeability, porosity, amount of humus, and colors. But the main soil classification of world is based on the climatic belts which vary from equator to pole, and it is climatic belt which controls soil by controlling the vegetation or biotic conditions there. Thus, there were 6 zonal soils, 4 intrazonal and 3 azonal soils. But after 1950s, all the countries focused on the development of agriculture, and at that time during 1960s, all the world countries classified their soils on the basis of different physical and chemical properties. Especially the agriculture department of the concerned countries classified the soil. In that time, the United States of America also classified the soil of the USA. This was done by the United States Soil Conservation Department of Agriculture, and likewise other countries also, wherein USA classified soil in 10 types, which is called soil taxonomy of USA, and it is generally called the 7th approximation of soil by USA. It was done in 1960s. Later on, the 2 more soil types were added. Thus, today there are 10 soil types given by USA, and later on this was being followed by the large countries, the countries which are large in size. For example, Canada, China, Australia, and even India followed this classification. While studying India, we will first study the soil classification by Indian Agriculture Department, like black soil, red soil, yellow soil, and at the same time the counterparts of the US soil will also be taken into consideration. That's why in India we will match the Indian soil types with the US 7th soil approximation type. So here it is 7th approximation of soil USA given in 1960s. There are originally 10 soils and 2 later on added. There are originally 10 soils, 2 added later on. In this column, the name of soil given. In the second column, the soil characteristics, and in the third column, the places where this soil is found in the world. So, first soil is anti-soil. Anti-soil has no pedogenic horizon. Without pedogenic horizon. What is pedogenic horizon? When there is A and B layer or horizon developed in soil wherein leaching and percolation takes place, that is called pedogenic horizon. But this anti-soil does not have pedogenic horizon. Some low humic, it means the amount of humus is less, and it is also clay. Clay means having bog and waterlogged area, and it is azonal soil. It is not zonal soil in world classification. This is found in USA and all over world in the recent delta. In recent delta, during flood hours, new layer of soil is being deposited, wherein their pedogenic horizon cannot develop soon. And second is desert soil deposited by the aeolian process. This also has less humus and it does not have pedogenic horizon. It is also found in wetland. Wetland means the swamp, marsh, and this type of the land which is waterlogged. There also these characteristics are found. Next soil is vertisol. Vertisol is a cracking clay soil. Clay means the small particles of clay dominate this soil. That's why during summers, wide, deep cracks are developed. This is also called gromosol. This is found in the Deccan Plateau region and Al Jazeera region. Al Jazeera is found in Middle Sudan in the interfluve area of Blue Nile and White Nile, and this is also found in the volcanic regions or black soil region and all over world. Here the main characteristic of this soil is if it is wet, it is very loose, but if it becomes dry, then due to abundance of clay particle, it gets dry and wide and deep cracks are developed. That's why this vertisol is called cracking soil. Next is inceptisol. It is brown forest soil. Brown forest soil means in forested areas this is found. Color is brown. Humic clay. Humus is much due to the decomposing of plant leaf, and clay means here moisture is sufficient. Weak horizons. In the forest land, horizon cannot develop properly in the soil, and it is found in the river delta, where brown forest means riverine tidal delta is found, and it is also found in the south of tundra and to the north of taiga forest, because that is brown forest. Next is aridisol. Aridi word denotes that it should be in arid region. So its main character is pedogenic horizons. It means in this region the pedogenic means soil genesis is completely developed, means in soil profile A and B horizons are developed. Low organic matter. It is in desert or arid region, hence organic matter is in less quantity because there is xerophytic vegetation, and on that depending animals are less in number, and it is desert soil. Its color is reddish. Why? Because the hot deserts are found along the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn to the west of the continent, and those hot deserts have developed on the ancient plateau, means the plateau of Angara land and Gondwana land, and those plateau are rich in ferrous oxide or iron. That's why after weathering, the soil of those plateau rocks is of a reddish color. This is also called solonetz soil, and as we have discussed that it is arid region soil, means the desert soil. Thus it is found along the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn to the west of continent in hot deserts, and it is also a zonal soil because these symbols denote the zonal soil. There are 6 zonal soils in world, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are these zonal soil, and one is here taiga zonal soil. Next is molly soil. Molly soil is a Chernozem type of soil which we have studied as zonal soil, and it is also called Bruneisian soil, and it is rich in base. It has less acidity. Base comes from the grasses, temperate grasses found here, and it is black and organic. Organic material comes from the temperate grassland, and it is also called bread basket soil. It is found in the temperate grassland. Temperate grassland in world is found in temperate region where climate is mild. For example, in northern Eurasia, it is steppe temperate grassland. In northern USA, it is prairie temperate grassland. In Argentina, pampas. South Africa, veld. Australia, downs. So, this is temperate grassland soil which is called Chernozem. But in American soil taxonomy, its name is molly soil. It is very fertile soil. That's why in place of this Chernozem or molly soils, there farmers are growing the wheat at large scale. That's why it is called bread basket soil region. Next is spodosol. Spodosol means the icy gray. Icy means having ice or the loose material, gray in color, and it is Parjol soil. Parjol means it is found near the taiga climatic condition. It is coarse in structure, and it is also called brown Parjol. So, it is nearly in tundra region, or say near the tundra region. To the south of tundra, there is taiga soil. In tundra region, soil is covered perennially with the ice. It is not seen, but along the southern margin of tundra, this type of soil, that is icy gray soil, and in American taxonomy, spodosol is found. Next is alfisol. Alfisol means wooded, forested area soil, non-calcic. It has no much calcium content. It is also called planosol. It is found in bog land, means in the marsh and swamp area. It is also called degraded Chernozem. Degraded Chernozem means it is a type of Chernozem but having less quality than that, and here its distribution is in the north central USA and Mediterranean region. In Mediterranean region in world, we have studied that there is some mixed forest, and degraded Chernozem means chestnut type of soil. That's why in Mediterranean USA, means near the central part of USA and California, this alfisol is found. Next is altisol. Altisol is a clay soil having abundance amount of clay small particles, and clay accumulation is much. It is of red and yellow color parjolic soil, and it is a type of lateritic soil. It has low base, much acidity, and it is found in United States of America and China, especially in the central region. It is azonal soil. Next is oxisol. Oxisol is the name given by US Soil Department to the laterite soil, and this laterite soil is generally found along the equatorial region, the top A layer of which is being leached down. That's why in top A layer there the coarse material found and the soluble chemicals are leached down, deposited in the B horizon of this laterite soil. It favors the dense evergreen forest, and hydrate oxides are left in the top layer of soil, quartz also. Thus it is a rough soil, and it is found in the Amazon basin, Congo basin. Both are not located in USA because both are the area of equatorial region. But why this soil has been included in the name of Oxisol by Soil Agriculture Department? Because in the southeast USA this soil is found. There was laterization process, but it is like laterite soil found in Meghalaya and Odisha region of India. Today, the laterite soil is found in the equatorial region, but Cherrapunji, Meghalaya, Odisha are not located in equatorial region. Then, how laterite soil is found there? To explain it, you will have to open the pages of plate tectonic and explain that equator or equatorial climate was never over the Meghalaya and Odisha. Rather, these two places, means Meghalaya and Odisha, were on the equator during geological past. Due to plate tectonic, they have moved north and reached at the present astronomical position. When those places were in geological past on equator, laterite soil developed there, and today that process is maintaining the existence of laterite soil there. This example is applicable because USA was also in south on equator, and laterite soil developed in the southeast USA or southern tip of Aravalli region, and today due to tropical cyclonic sufficient rain there, the laterite soil is being maintained. Thus this oxisol is found in USA also. And the last of the US soil taxonomy is histosol. Histo denotes the past. Histosol is bog soil, swamp soil, marsh soil, moors soil, and this is found in the low-lying area where water is there, and it is organic because the bogs and swamps have some aquatic plants and animals which are decomposed, and decomposed large trees are called the peat. Thus here peat and muck is also found, and moors are also a type of wetland. It is found in Canada. It should have been written here, but due to map there it is written here, means location Canada, Russia and Scandinavia, and especially the northern part of Canada, Scandinavia and Russia is characterized with this type of histosol because the mouth of Mackenzie, Ob, NC, Lena is frozen during winters, and with the result the water of upper reaches of basin stagnates there, and moors and waterlogged areas are found where this type of histosol develop. So you can show this in the northern part of Canada, Scandinavia and Russia. In Russia, European and Asian, both Russia. And after these 10 soil types by USA 7th approximation, there are 2 more soils added later on. One is ND. Yes. One is ND soil. ND soil is of volcanic origin, where there are volcanic depositions. The black soil is developed. You are aware of the characteristics of black soil. It is very loose when contact in water, but it is very hard during summers. Cracks develop, and this is called ND soil. And last is Galy soil. Galy soil is related with glaying process, which is found in the taiga forest region. In taiga forest region, up to 2 meter depth, there is active layer, and it is called cryogenic soil. And there is freeze-thaw cycle, due to which the rocks or basal rocks are being disintegrated physically, and this is rough and coarse structure rock, not so much fertile. And there, due to glacial and periglacial process, there is soliturbation and solifluction, galyturbation and galyfluction processes. With the result, this soil is not stable. This is the soil taxonomy based on the 7th US approximation by the Department of Agriculture there. And this is today very important because most of the world countries are following this. Although its base is the classification of soil on the basis of climate and vegetation, which were 6 zonal, 4 intrazonal and 3 azonal soil. And here there are all the 6 zonal soil and azonal and intrazonal soil. And this may be asked to compare the soil with India. That's why this is also to be kept in mind from examination viewpoint.